The 95th Academy Awards took place on March 12, 2023, at the Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles. The awards were in honor of films released in 2022. The event was televised on ABC in the USA and was produced by Ricky Kirshner and Glenn Weiss. Weiss was also the director for the show. Comedian and late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel was the host for the third time after hosting the 89th and 90th editions in 2017 and 2018. On June 21, 2022, the Academy announced as winners of the 13th Annual Governor Award Ceremony. Academy honorees were Hugh Fans Palsy, Diane Warren and Peter Weir, and the John Hochschild Humanitarian Award went to Michael J. Fox. Ricky Minor returned as the music director since the 2020 ceremony. Individual music performances came from Sophia Carson and Diane Warren performing the song Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Rihanna performing Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Raul Sipiligunji and Kala Bavavira performing Naitu Naitu from RRR. This performance, which involved Los Angeles-based dancers performing the song's choreography, however, the film stars N.T. Ramarao Jr. and Ram Charan did not take part as they did not have time to rehearse. Hold My Hand was not initially scheduled to be performed at the ceremony due to Lady Gaga's commitment to filming Joker Folie à Deux. However, at the last minute, it was reported that Gaga would perform the song after all. Gaga would make sure her vocals were center stage when she performed without any makeup and wearing just jeans and a plain t-shirt. For the best original song performance of This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Japanese singer Mitsuki, who performs the song in the film with David Byrne, was unavailable to perform at the ceremony, with Stephanie Hsu taking her place. Lenny Kravitz would perform an emotional in memoriam tribute using his song Calling All Angels perfectly. Some of the major names mentioned in the tribute were Olivia Newton-John, Robbie Coltrane, Kirstie Alley, Ray Liotta, Irene Cara, Burt Bacharach, Angela Lansbury and Wolfgang Peterson, Vangelis, James Caan and Raquel Welch. Notable omissions from the In Memoriam segment were actress Anne Heche, Triangle of Sadness star Shelby Dean, and Paul Sorvino. All three, however, were remembered on the Oscars website. Among other names not mentioned were Leslie Jordan, Gilbert Gottfried, and Tom Sizemore. The official trailer for the Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid also debuted during the telecast, which stars Halle Berry and Melissa McCarthy appearing as presenters to promote the film. President of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, had reportedly made a request remotely to appear at the ceremony in order to raise awareness about the Russian invasion of his country. The request was, however, rejected by the Academy. Glenn Close was originally announced to be a presenter, but had to cancel due to a positive COVID-19 test. The look and feel of the red carpet arrivals at the ceremony received major overhaul overseen by creative consultants Lisa Love and Raul Alviela, in an effort to create a smoother transition from late afternoon sunlight outside the auditorium to the evening setting inside, which had been noted by the Academy CEO Bill Kramer as a recurring issue with the red carpet since its introduction at the 33rd Academy Awards. As part of these changes, the color of the eponymous red carpet was changed for the first time, becoming a champagne color contrasted by sienna-colored curtains designed to block more of the sun. As I mentioned earlier, Jimmy Kimmel hosted the ceremony for the third time. Kimmel went on to say that Hollywood is running out of ideas. I mean, poor Steven Spielberg had to make a movie about Steven Spielberg, he joked. He referred to the director's autobiographical Best Picture nominee, The Fabelmans. He also made jokes about the cancelled Batgirl film, commenting that the character was the first superhero to be defeated by the accounting department. The US comic described Avatar, The Way of the Water, as another opportunity for James Cameron to do what he loves doing more than anything else, drowning Kate Winslet. Winslet, of course, also appeared in Cameron's Titanic. It was a big year for diversity and inclusion, Kimmel continued. We have nominees from every corner of Dublin, referring of course to the Banshees of Inisherin with 4 acting nominations. He went on to say, 5 Irish actors are nominated tonight, which means that the odds of another fight on stage just went up. Finally, Kimmel referenced the event that overshadowed last year's ceremony, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. If anyone here commits an act of violence during the show, you will be awarded a Best Actor award, Kimmel said, to much laughter, and permitted to give a 19-minute long speech. In an ode to the Irish film Banshees of Inisherin, Kimmel later brought on a donkey on stage. He went on to say, she's a certified emotional support donkey. At least that's what they told the airline to get her here on the plane from Ireland. Now let's review all the winners. Firstly, Best Picture went to Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is by no means a surprise, but in the same breath a most deserved winner, as this film was groundbreaking, original, and absolutely blew me away when I watched it. So I'm more than happy that this film has taken home the Best Picture this year. The big shout out though has to go to All Quiet on the Western Front, the World War I epic drama, a superb and magnificent film, but Everything Everywhere All at Once was always bound to be the favourite, and so invariably took home the Best Picture. In the Best Director category, it was no surprise, as Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. What these two have created is an absolute masterpiece, unique, groundbreaking filmmaking, And for me, as directors, they made many bold choices. And just to direct a film and edit a film like this must have been an absolutely painstaking task. So they are truly most deserved winners of this category this year. In what must be considered one of the biggest shocks of the night, Brendan Fraser won the Best Actor for The Whale, playing Charlie. The reason I say this was a shock, as Austin Butler pretty much won every other award going into the Academy Awards. In saying that, though, it was a tight race between the two actors, and I almost feel it's unfair to compare them, as Elvis Presley was a real-life iconic artist, and Austin Butler brought him to life absolutely perfectly in what was an astounding performance in the movie Elvis, where Brendan Fraser, of course, plays a fictional character here of Charlie in The Whale, an overweight man trying to rekindle his relationship with his daughter. Both are such magnificent performances and so hard to choose from. In saying that, though, Brendan's story is a real comeback one. This is a man that, of course, initially starred in films like George of the Jungle, Dudley Do-Right, and the Mummy series. He disappeared off Hollywood's landscape for many years, and to come back with this magnificent, breathtaking performance, well, in many ways, he really does deserve this Best Actor win. I just hope that people also remember how fantastic Butler was in Elvis as well. The Best Actress category was close, but in the same breath, though, I wasn't too surprised when Michelle Yeoh won for playing Evelyn Kwan Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. It is a superb performance. Of course, you have to give a huge shout out here to Cate Blanchett as Lydia Tarr. It's an absolutely stunning performance. But in the same breath, though, you kind of feel Cate Blanchett is probably going to get nominated again in the future, and Michelle Yeoh really turned out something quite unique and special. Yeoh is also only the second woman of colour to win the Best Leading Actress, following Halle Berry for Monsters Ball almost 2 decades ago. The Best Leading Actress category has historically been far less diverse than the Supporting Actress category. In the Best Supporting Actor category, it was no surprise when Ki Yu won for Everything Everywhere All at Once, playing Wayman Wang. This was the one award going into the ceremony that was absolutely no surprise. And much like Fraser, the Best Supporting winner, Kwan, had also enjoyed a comeback narrative in this award season. He told the audience, "Dreams are something you have to believe in. I almost gave up on mine." The 51-year-old took an extended break from acting after rising to fame as a child star in films such as The Goonies and Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom. In an emotional speech, the Vietnamese-American actor said that stories like this only happen in movies. "I cannot believe this is happening to me. This is the American dream. My journey started on a boat. I spent a year in a refugee camp, and somehow I ended up here, on Hollywood's biggest stage. Thank you so much for welcoming me back." In the Best Supporting Actress category, Jamie Lee Curtis won for Everything Everywhere All at Once, playing Deirdre Bombardier. I was a bit surprised by this one, but in the same breath, I'm quite happy for Jamie Lee Curtis, who's turned out some fantastic performances in her 45-year career. Some of the big shout-outs in the category have to go to Hong Chow in The Whale, playing, of course, Liz, Kerry Condon as Siobhan in The Banshees of Inisherin, and Stephanie Hsu, who was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once, who, to my mind, could have easily taken home this award as well. The other big shout-out, of course, has to go to Angela Bassett, who was one of the favourites going into it, but seemed to drop off. Best Animated Feature went to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, most deserved for this one. And Best International Film went to All Quiet on the Western Front. And Best Original Song went to Naitu Naitu from RRR. A24 Studios won a total of 9 awards, more than any other studio or distributor, between Everything Everywhere All at Once and The Whale. The studio swept the top 5 awards, Best Picture, and the 4 acting categories. In the end, it was a night definitely for the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, with the film taking home 7 Academy Awards. All Quiet on the Western Front finished the night in second place with 4 awards for Best International Feature, Original Score, Production Design, and Cinematography. Its success at the Oscars follows a string of technical wins at the BAFTAs, but the film failed to replicate its British victory in the top category. The award for Best Documentary Feature went to Navalny, about Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny at the events related to his 2020 poisoning. In his speech, director Daniel Roja dedicated the award to Navalny, who has been imprisoned for the 2 years, saying, "Alexei, the world has not forgotten your vital message to the world." All in all, in many ways, the 2023 Oscars will go down as more of a predictable show, and more focused on the right reasons than the wrong reasons, like last year's ceremony. Everything Everywhere All at Once dominated the ceremony, and in many ways it's very well deserved, as it is a superb, unique and groundbreaking film. As I say, sometimes it's so hard to choose winners amongst these fantastic films and performances, but in the same breath though, just recognizing these fantastic films and performances is what the Oscars is really all about. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching most of these films and performances, as there really are some absolute gems within them all. Now that the 95th Academy Awards has come and gone, I look forward to seeing what fantastic movies come out this year in 2023.